want to leave you with a message that we all really have to change how we think about people with autism. So people with autism can now be the pretty girl in America's Next Top Model. They can be the star who saves the game for the high school team. They can be the romantic lead in movies. Anyone seen Adam? It's a great movie. They can be the entire cast of a sitcom. They can put on a musical. It's another documentary really worth seeing. And they can learn to read. So this is Brennan today. So he's about to turn 13 in 2 weeks. And he's reading one of the books that Janice put together for him. And it's absolutely his favorite, most preferred thing to do right now is read his books. So his former English major dad is thrilled beyond measure. So there's our contact information. So our center is called Autism Central PA. The website will have information as we are ready to enroll the next cohort. Information about the different research projects will be up there. What differentiates autism from maybe other forms of developmental delay is really the social piece. The difficulty interacting with other people socially, the difficulty understanding social cues, understanding how to perceive faces, how to take in that information and make meaningful decisions about it. Whereas people with MR can still do that.
As a follow-up to that, has the incidence of these other diagnostic categories gone down concomitantly with the increase in autism?
Some of them have. So back in the 40s, childhood onset schizophrenia was a very common diagnosis in this country. Right now, it's rare. I think I've met one in my career. Those kids who were described as having schizophrenia in the 40s had autism. And now that we have a better way of describing it, understanding it, those diagnoses have definitely shifted to the autism column. But other things have not gone down. So, for instance, other forms of mental retardation or other specific developmental delay syndromes are the usual incident rates that they have been before. What's going away is these undifferentiated diagnoses. So the kind of global delay, non-differentiated, the mental retardation, non-differentiated, those diagnoses are going away, which is good because they should go away. We should have a better understanding of what people are struggling with and how to match the different therapies with different things that they might have needs in.
Michael, could you say a quick word to the group about what autism spectrum means?
Sure. So autism spectrum refers to a cluster of diagnoses. So there's 5 of them right now. Would be autism, pervasive developmental delay, Asperger disorder, and then there's 2 really rare ones, something called childhood disintegrated disorder and Rett syndrome. So those 2, the last 2 I just talked about, extremely rare, handful of cases in the country. But the other 3 are very common. And you can really think of them as being on a continuum, with the people most widely affected will have communication needs, social needs, emotional needs, behavioral needs. They'll have trouble with sensory input. They may have difficulty with behavior. That classic collection of symptoms would be meaning what we call autism. So they would have the full diagnosis. And then people who are not quite as impaired but still have significant impairment would be people struggling for pervasive developmental disorder.
Speak up. Do you see obsessive compulsive behaviors in this range?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's something we see really commonly, actually. What kind of makes it different, though, from people who have the classic OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, is people who have OCD have some kind of obsessive thought, like something tragic is going to happen, or something will befall me or someone I love, or something, some thought that is causing them anxiety. And then the compulsive behavior is a means of relieving that anxiety. So the hand washing helps them feel like I'm not going to get sick. Or the counting things means that the world's not going to end tomorrow. So the thought is closely tied with the behavior. With people on the spectrum who demonstrate the compulsive behaviors, the O part, the obsessive thinking, is not necessarily there. Or if they have obsessive thinking, it's not in regards to, if I don't do this, this will happen. It's more like, I need to do this because this is the way it should be. So
that's the compulsive, or that's the obsessive? Right.
So the obsession's the thought, the compulsion's what you do. Schools can be really resistant to doing social skills programming, but it's the perfect environment to do it because you have a captive audience, right? You have the kids there, you have multiple naturalistic environments to do it. You know, you have art class, you have recess, you have in-between classes, and you have a typically developing peer group there that can serve as social coaches and models, which is shown in research study after research study to be the most effective in promoting social generalization. So, I don't know. I wish I could give you the magic answer that will have your school see the light, but email me. I can send you some of the research studies that have been shown to demonstrate the efficacy of social skills instruction in classroom and in school. Maybe that would be helpful for you.
And we will have Dr. Murray's information on our website as well, which is rps.psu.edu.